We finished eating and now we are having some caffeine. So eating your food before caffeine. I got the matcha and she has the strawberry acai. So make sure when you're traveling, your blood sugar and hormones will thank you later. Hey, welcome back. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Kosas. It's so nice to meet you. I create videos about my life, specifically PCOS wellness, minimalism, and being a single mom. I went to Toronto, Canada for EMC, which is the Eritrean Muslim Council conference, and it was a lot of fun. I reconnected with old friends and I also made a ton of new friends, which was so fun. In today's video, I'm gonna be sharing some travel tips, specifically packing minimally, and wellness tips as well. And just things that I felt like that made me feel good, things that I could have done differently. The goal here is to encourage you to have a less stressed trip wherever that you're going. So I hope that this inspires you to do that. Well, yeah, the first tip that I have is packing ahead of time. Try not to pack last minute because this will make you feel stressed and overwhelmed and not really think straight, and then you're gonna end up overpacking or maybe miss things. So for me, packing ahead of time is really important. Having it laid out like this, planning it, being strategic can be really helpful. The second tip that I have is having a smaller bag. I think that if you have a bigger luggage, then you're gonna be more tempted to take more things that you don't really need. So for me, I just took on this backpack and it just helped me with visually saying, okay, what can I fit and what can I not fit? And it helped me just really stay to like a really small size. Also, I realized this after my trip that I did not have to check in a bag and I was able to take this into my flight, and it saved so much time during check-in, and also when I was getting picked up from the airport, I didn't feel like I had to wait for luggage to come in or to check in with somebody and wait in long lines. I feel like packing minimally has really saved me also some time in the airport. The third tip that I have is having your clothes laid out like this so you can visually see what you have and what you're gonna be packing. So for me personally, I packed 1, 2, 3, 4 fits, and there were some pieces that rotated with different outfits, so I did a lot of mixing and matching. So for example, I had this purse that I wore with every single fit. I kept that in mind, and you know, it does take some time to like brainstorm and see what pieces that you can mix and match with. This is why I don't encourage you to do it last minute. And so I thought, okay, this goes with this fit, this one, and this. And then same with shoes. I packed these ones. So this one goes with this fit. I could also wear it for the gala. I could wear it with this outfit. And I also brought my Crocs. So I wore my Crocs during the flight. And then I ended up using this as like, you know, for my fits. I was just able to rotate between 2 different shoes. My Crocs are a lot more comfortable. They are a platform, but they're just way more comfortable. And then this I just thought would kind of elevate the pieces that I have. And also hijab is another one. So I only had 3. I'm wearing one that I wore multiple times. I had this one. Oh wait, I also had the black hijab, so 4 altogether. For me, I was at an Airbnb, so I knew that there was laundry, so if I needed to wash anything, I could have done that as well. But if you're somewhere where you don't really have laundry, then maybe you might have to pack a little bit more. Well, also one last thing. I did not pack underwear and bras. I literally packed this. I have like 5 of these, but this right here is like a bra and underwear all in one. This is Kim Kardashian's line Skims, and I was able to wear them underneath. I didn't need to pack an extra underwear or bra, and it was just so easy. If you have a laundry and wherever that you're staying, you could totally just pack 2 and just wash them. I love it so much. They're so easy to use. You can just take them off to pee. This other one has like a hole at the bottom to go to the bathroom, so they're super easy to wear. That also kind of helps with packing less things. I made some tea. I'm drinking the Tulsi, which is the Holy Basil Herbal Mix. It's one of my favorites. I am cycle syncing and I love to drink warm things before my period, and this also helps a lot with anxiety and stress, so I'm obsessed with herbs. But anyways, let's get into the wellness tips. So the first one is I packed a bunch of supplements. I got this off of Amazon and I basically put in all my supplements. I would say the most important supplement for me when I'm traveling is definitely having probiotics, because for me, I really noticed that when I travel, I have a really hard time going to the bathroom. Sorry, this might be TMI, but I get really backed up and constipated. I feel bloated, and we all know that our gut is super important and it's pretty much the second brain. And for me, I noticed that when I started incorporating probiotics, especially when I'm traveling, it really, really helps me a lot to stay regular and also to not just feel like sluggish or anything like that. So highly recommend packing probiotics. And I also really love My Girl Wellness. She has Eat Your Heart Out and You Go Girl, and basically they're enzymes that can help you if you're bloated or having digestive issues when you're traveling, especially if you're going out to eat a lot. I found that these are really helpful as well. My next tip is I try to pay attention to the food that I'm eating. I love to follow the 80-20 rule when I'm traveling. I try not to be so strict, but I also try to pay attention to what I'm eating, because our food can definitely affect our mood and our energy levels. One of the best things that I've done earlier this year was paying attention to my blood sugar. I used to get crashes in the afternoon or just feeling tired and fatigued. And once I started paying attention to that, I noticed a huge difference in my energy levels. Glucose Goddess is a great resource on Instagram. She's one of my favorite authors and basically teacher. She's like the best teacher. I love how she has these graphs on her Instagram, and it just really helps me understand that like I can still live my life, but also do certain things to kind of protect my blood sugar. One of the things that I love incorporating is adding apple cider vinegar before my meals. So I have this Gluco-Bitter by Organic ILIA. It's basically apple cider vinegar, cinnamon, and a bunch of other herbs, but I basically just do a full drop into my water and drink that before a high carb meal or anything that I'm eating sweet. And I feel like it really helped a lot with my blood sugar. Of course, other hacks that I did was walking and moving my body, which we'll talk about later. Another big one is having a higher protein breakfast and having caffeine after the high protein breakfast. I just try to encourage everyone to just drink caffeine if you absolutely want to, and do it after your meal. So for me, I did have some caffeine. I had some matcha and it was delicious, but I just made sure that I ate well first, and then it kind of just helped a lot with the rest of my day. I did not feel like I needed to crash or anything like that. So I think just being mindful. Like I went to Hookah Lounge, I had McDonald's once. I don't think that you should be super strict when you're traveling. Obviously, we were going out to eat almost every day. Actually, the entire time I was there. So I think just being mindful of not being so strict, but also, you know, choosing the right kinds of foods, making sure I'm trying to up my protein, you know, try to eat more vegetables and kind of stick to more healthier options when I am going out to eat. And then for the rest of the part, obviously I indulge and try to have fun with my friends or my family. My next tip that I have is to pack low toxic toiletry. I used to be a very non-toxic person, and I'm slowly shifting into low toxic lifestyle because I don't think that it is possible to live a completely non-toxic life. You have so much, you know, like around us, our environmental toxins. And I think I just love the concept of having low toxic instead of like the non, because it just sounds so restrictive. It caused me a lot of stress, and I think sticking to more low just helps me keep in mind of what I'm putting on my body and not really like getting too obsessed with it. Because I think there's a fine line. You don't want to be too stressed where you're looking at every little thing, but also just try to be mindful of what you're surrounding and what you're putting in your body. Native is a really good brand, and I actually found mini ones, like travel size ones at Target. They have like shampoo, conditioner, deodorant. I have PCOS, and just keeping things really minimal and simple and less ingredients is better for me and my body, and I know that will make me feel good and help with my cycles. So that's another tip that I encourage you to do as well. The fourth one is sleep. I did not sleep one night. Like I was out really late one night, and there's nothing wrong with that, to go and have some fun, but it took me a long time to recover from that. And I do wish that I took naps throughout my day just to catch up on sleep. I felt like I was just running on like no sleep, especially towards the end of my trip. It was so much fun. I don't regret going out at all. You know, I was able to make new friends and connect with old friends, but it was hard for me because I was like, I need to go to bed. It's late. I don't normally party or like go out or anything like like that. I mean, I didn't do anything crazy, but it was just being out late. Like we were driving back from the hookah lounge and I was like, oh my God, the sun is coming out. It was like 6 a.m. and it was just the weirdest thing. I have not been out that late in so long. And it was so fun to socialize and be with other people. But I wish I had incorporated naps more throughout my trip. I don't regret at all being out late or being with friends, because that's also so healing and so good for us and our mental health, and to, you know, it's medicine. It's free medicine to like socialize for me personally. And I think, you know, incorporating naps would be really helpful and something that I really wish that I did. So even if it's 30 minutes or an hour or even a couple of hours midday that you can squeeze in a nap, do it. So that way you won't be like super depleted when you get home, because I really felt that just because I was, you know, out late and not sleeping enough. Another thing is that I really wish I brought with me was an eye mask. My Airbnb had blackout curtains, but there were still some cracks here and there that I felt like light was coming into my eyes, and especially the night that we went out really late and I was trying to sleep. I wish I had an eye mask, and I feel like you don't know where you're gonna stay and like what that's gonna look like in terms of lighting. And if you wanna take a nap, I encourage you to pack an eye mask. I'm definitely gonna be bringing one when I travel next time, because the nap and the sleep and all of that is just really important for your energy levels. And so yeah, if you have not thought of packing an eye mask, definitely do that. The next one is exercise. I encourage you to walk. I loved walking after each meal, even if it was just 10 to 15 minutes after each time that I ate. I felt like I wasn't crashing. It was helping my blood sugar. So I had a car rental that I got from the airport that I drove to my Airbnb, and I actually left the car rental at the Airbnb and I just walked to the convention center that the conference was at. And at first I was like, oh, I have to walk like 10 to 15 minutes. This is so annoying. Or, oh my gosh, I'm dreading this. But when I started to do it, I was like, I actually really enjoyed it. And I got to see the city, and I, you know, got to see the area more and saw like, okay, oh my gosh, there's this shop here. There's a park here. There's this here, and things that you wouldn't really notice if you were driving. And I feel like it's kind of cool to walk and, you know, move around in that way, so you can get to know the city and also feel really good. So one last thing that I wanted to chat about is having some downtime. And I think it's probably the most important thing, because you never want to come back from your vacation feeling like you need a vacation from your vacation. And I've heard that so many times. And I really think it comes down to being on the go constantly during your trip. And you're like, I want to squeeze it all in. I want to do everything that I can. I want to eat. I want to drink. I want to go do this. I want to go check out this place, which is all great and things that you should be doing when you're traveling. But I think having some downtime and, you know, be it meditating, maybe journaling or taking a bath, just doing things alone and doing things that can calm your nervous system can help you be more present, to help you feel like you're not so exhausted when you come back home. I did journal when I was there, and I feel like it helped a lot with my thoughts and feelings that I was feeling during the trip, especially if you're around other people. I think it's okay to say, hey, like I kind of want 30 minutes to myself this morning, or I kind of want to go on a walk, or I would like to take a nap, whatever it is. I think having some downtime is really important when you're traveling. I intentionally booked my Airbnb away from the convention center and the hotel because I wanted space for myself away from everyone. I just didn't want to feel like I had to bump into anyone in the, you know, in the elevator, and especially when it's like first thing in the morning and if I haven't eaten, I feel like I really like to take care of myself and fill my cup up first before I interact with people. I do this as a single mom as well. I have like a whole morning routine on here if you wanted to check that out. But yeah, I think like having time for myself and taking care of me, some alone time, is important, not just on a daily basis in your life, but also when you're traveling. So I highly recommend you doing that. I wish I did more of that during my trip because I did feel a little depleted when I got back. The only thing I really did was journaling and just being away from everyone else in the morning and stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much all the tips. One thing that I forgot to mention, actually, if you have motion sickness like me, there are these wristbands that you can put in your wrist and it helps so much with nausea and feeling like you want to throw up on the plane. I also brought with me peppermint. It helps a lot with nausea. My doula gave me this idea when I was in labor because I felt really nauseous when I was in labor, and it helped so much. So if you're the type of person who also gets motion sickness while traveling, highly recommend getting it. It's so cheap. It's on Amazon. Just put it on your wrist and you are good to go. That's pretty much all the tips that I have for today. I hope that this inspires you to be more mindful of your health during your trip and also to pack more minimally so you feel less stressed. If there's anything on here that you already do, please let me know in the comments, or if there's anything that you want to try, please let me know as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.